Let's see, what is Gengur running with his shadows? It's 30 cost, 30k cost. He runs 2 Skull Beast, a Sparta Sergeant, Skull Cradle Widow, 3 of them each, Lesser Mummy 3, Sparta Soldier 3, Bone Chimera 2, Playful Necromancy at 3, Cerberus at 3, Lord of the Flies at 3, and Mordecai the Duelist at 2, which is interesting. What's also different here is that they usually run Olivia's in Control Shadowcraft, but he does not run any deck as creatures. He also, for spells, he runs Soul Conversion, Foul Tempest times 3 each, Death Brand times 2, Phantom Howl 2, and Death Breath at 3. It's pretty standard for a control, almost. Except he doesn't run the 5-drop Charon, which he used to have. So he changed his deck up a little bit.
Wait, who is this? Noir versus
Gengur.
Dode. Oh, Gengur.
Yeah, I just spoke. Yep, I spoke about Gengur's Shadowcraft deck, and then we have Gengur's Forest, which he runs as PTP as well. He runs Water Fairy in this one, and some other PTP doesn't, but he runs 2 Water Fairy, 3 Elf Chalme, 3 Fairy Whispers, 3 Rhinoceros, 2 Elf Graliza, 3 Ancient Elf, 2 Elf Princess Mage, 2 Crystalia Tia, 1 Fairy Beast, and he runs Elf Knight Cynthia. So a little bit of a more of the tempo side. He's also running 3 Nature Guidance, 3 Fairy Circles, 3 Altered Fate, 3 Sylvan Justice, and 2 Glimmering Wings, and 3 Path to Purgatory. No Odin. I think Dino T is the only one so far that runs it.
Noir's the one running double tempo, right?
Yep.
That was him? Okay. Good. Shadow doesn't just immediately lose the matchup now. I don't think Shadow has a chance against Alana's Haven.
It's pretty interesting how Gengur made it through all the way with plethora of Haven roaming around. It is the most played right now, with 30% and Force at 30%.
I think you go for the Foul Tempest here and then evolve Spartoy onto the 4-3 next turn. It's probably your only... he chooses not to. This is kind of iffy because it leaves up the 2-1 for 2 turns. And that's 4 damage to your face. Yeah. I guess it's fine because having the Foul Tempest for later is okay, but he's slowly losing in the board. In this situation, he's leaving up potentially 4 damage, which would not have been there. It would have been 2. Oh, so he's treating in such a way that Cudgel doesn't screw him over. I mean, if you went for the Falcon, then why not go for the Heavenly Hound? I guess because of Erd. It's kind of weird.
I agree with it. It's not too bad. and Erd is a pain.
But the thing about like the Erd is that he would have to play Erd in such a way that it wouldn't be able to revive the Falcon, because you want to play Erd and evolve it into the 3/4, right? And if you're doing that, then the Falcon couldn't have hit face in the first place, so you're not getting the double charge damage. What that play essentially did was you just left up 1 health more of stats on your opponent's board, which might not be significant, but I think it was better to kill the Heavenly Hound if you're going for one of the 2 attack creatures. He's going to have access to the Fel Tempest after this Spartoy Knight, Spartoy Soldier falls, though. Unless the Cudgel's coming to— oh no.
Nope, Black Inscription instead. This
is even worse.
So now he's gonna get 6 to the face, and he has to deal with that next turn.
This is sad.
He can serve Suicide into it, but he's not gonna get a board for this.
This might sound crazy, but he can do a Spartoy Evolve Foul Tempest, and in doing so, he sets up a Death Breath next turn for himself. I guess it's not too crazy. It is the play he's going with.
It still suicides into it.
Yeah.
I still feel like Cerberus would have been better. It gives him the 2 cards that he needs.
Are you sure? Because you don't have any taunts if you go with the Cerberus.
True.
You're not allowed to play taunts this turn.
Oh, because he has a Death Breath in his hand. Okay. Sorry, yeah. I did not catch the Death Breath at the corner there. Options, options, options. And that puts him to 2 health left. Is Death Breath going to save him though? Is that enough?
I mean, it's his only option. If he hadn't gone with the play he did last turn, he would have just died.
Yep.
Most impressive, Garuda to the face. Very impressive.
That miss.
Even is fun!
Or Demonic Strike, top deck, of course.
Demonic Strike is fun too.
Yep. We keep seeing the lose. It's okay, Gengur. We believe. Break the curse.
2/7.
Oh, I didn't even switch it up yet. So now we're seeing Gengur switching it up to his forced. Actually, the first one to switch it up to go against his swords.
Which, by the way, was a unfortunate switch up because typically Shadow does well against sword and Forest does less well. Does worse. But he's gonna have to win with both his decks anyways, so it doesn't really matter at the end. Nothing ever matters in a pick 2 format about which deck you choose to play this game. The decks you choose to two decks you choose matter, but it doesn't matter which order you play them in. This is perhaps one of the most threatening sword boards you can get against Elf in the early game. There's no good trades available for Gengur. How many Purgatories was that in his opening hand? I didn't actually catch it.
One.
Oh, just one? Okay.
So you should have like 2 more. This isn't really a good opening for him right now. He can evo that into 2 for 6 damage.
This hurts a lot. The vanguards are extremely strong. Evolve damage will not stop coming. And this turn he doesn't have a good play. This is very weak. It's not fast enough either.
He doesn't really have much of a choice though. I mean, he could go with the fairy and ancient elf, but
oh yeah, in against tempo decks, like, your choices are very limited. That nobody can fault you for that play because there was really no good play for you available. Surprisingly enough, the sword actually slows down this turn, which is giving Gengur a lot of breathing room. Fortunately for him, this might mean that his hand is very slow. The sword's hand is slow, but if there's an Otahime or a Sage Commander next turn, then everything gets
a little bit troublesome.
Yeah, the snowball continues. That is.
He would. I think he's gonna probably play the ancient elf here. He just dropped a 1, and then just completely stopped. Fairy circle. Into another fairy, Evo, the ancient elf. Oh. I would have put 2 maybe. He's gonna have to use his last Evo though, yeah. And then go in for that 1 too. That's quite unfortunate.
He has a very strong turn with the Tia on turn 7.
He does.
I think he just wants to dodge Otahime this turn, and he'll be happy.
If he plays Sage Commander here, he would need to Evo the Sage Commander. And then
Sage Commander's better than Otahime in this situation, yeah.
Yep.
I think he's just gonna push for the face, ignore the 3-2.
Yeah.
And Tia here doesn't really do as much as you would like, but I think it's the best chance he has of combating the board.
He does, and then Fairy Beast can be played the next turn, on turn 8. He's trying to think a way out. If he plays the Fairy Beast here, it's not going to help him much.
There's no way out.
No.
Suffering continues.
Oh no.
Oh yes!
Please no.
wonder if he's gonna go for the greed on the... No, he does. He's dead to a Sage Commander, he's dead to... Floral plus Quick. He's dead to Floral plus Novice, he's dead to a lot of things. When your opponent has a taunt, or actually when your opponent has a Evo, your taunt may as well not be there because it's going to get smacked down by a large Evo creature against Sword. Sushi.
Uh-oh, is the match not going through?
What's happening?
I feel like the match is frozen.
Yeah, what a conundrum. I think that usually means somebody's already won. Can you ask him?
Let me ask.
I was like, man, these players are really taking a long time here.
Okay, so apparently that was a surrender.
Gengur surrendered.
Mm-hmm. That's why we're seeing this situation, so we're moving on.
Gengur is eliminated.